We are pleased to present the next Boyslove series, The Forbidden Seed. Film information. Genre: survival, zombies, boys love. Duration: 45 to 60 minutes per episode, 12 episodes. Target audience: males and females aged 16 to 30. Filming schedule: March 2026. Expected release: August 2026. Total production budget: $400,000 Support: O2 Production here. Collaboration contact: email sihau.director@gmail.com. WhatsApp: +84939250539. Origin story: Principal Hai Dang has a daughter, Mai Dung, 17 years old, who became comatose years ago after a tragic accident. She had an out-of-wedlock pregnancy and was imprisoned by her father, forced to take abortion pills, which caused a severe allergic reaction, sending her into a deep coma, leaving her in a vegetative state. After his grave mistake, Hai Dang inadvertently meets Hakan E, a brilliant but eccentric medical professor researching 411, a drug believed to have the potential to make humans immortal. However, his work had been dismissed by everyone. Eventually, Hai Dang agrees to fund Hakan's research and hires him part-time as a dormitory medical staff, on the condition that he helps Mai Dung recover. Over the next 3 years, many events unfold, including Hakan gradually developing feelings for Mai Dung, similar to the Florence Nightingale syndrome. During this period, he accidentally causes her to become pregnant. When the pregnancy is discovered as her belly grows, Hakan psychologically manipulates Hai Dang into believing that he is responsible for Mai Dung's current condition. Left with no other option, Hai Dang reluctantly allows Hakan to continue his research. When Mai Dung is over 7 months pregnant, Hakan successfully develops 411 and is testing it on lab mice. Suddenly, Mai Dung begins to convulse, and her water breaks. To save her life, Hakan must perform an emergency cesarean section in hopes that she survives. Tragically, after the baby is delivered, Mai Dung passes away. Overcome with grief, Hakan witnesses one of the mice, previously dead, revived after being injected with 411. Without hesitation, he immediately administers 411 to Mai Dung, reviving her. She is in a dazed state, not yet showing signs of becoming a zombie. The premature baby beside her, though tiny due to early birth, miraculously continues to live. While overjoyed at Mai Dung's awakening, Hakan accidentally knocked over the experiment cage, allowing the mouse to escape. Hearing that Mai Dung had woken up, Hai Dang eagerly went to visit his daughter and took meticulous care of her. Outside the canteen, Sun Si, a day student, got into an argument with the canteen owner because she only sold food to boarding students. Frustrated, he stormed off and was bitten on the foot by a mouse. He immediately killed the mouse and secretly tossed it into a pot of food in the canteen. Students continued to eat until they discovered the dead mouse in the pot, causing chaos and a heated debate over food hygiene. Back in the dormitories, some students began to exhibit strange symptoms: ringing in the ears, eye pain, and sore throats, all thinking it was due to the canteen's poor hygiene. The next day, in the dorm, students gradually turned into zombies and began attacking those around them, sparking the outbreak. Mai Dung, lying in her bed, suddenly became sick and transformed into a zombie. She bit Hai Dang, the first victim. Hakan saw this and rushed to restrain her, tying her to the bed, while Hai Dang ran outside, following the screams of other students. Outside, Sun Si, the boy bitten by the mouse and being cared for by his mother at home, began convulsing and transformed into a zombie, biting his mother. Thus, the the zombie outbreak began spreading beyond the residential area. Summary: Thien Chuang Integrated Campus was once considered a model of exemplary education. Behind its glamorous facade lies a terrifying secret: the 411 experiment, a virus quietly developed by Professor Dr. Hakan, a young scientist ostracized by the global medical community, under the sponsorship of Principal Hai Dang, who is desperately trying to save his daughter, Mai Dong, who is in a vegetative state. 411 was created with the belief that it could reactivate dead cells, restoring life to vegetative patients. Yet this healing ambition quickly became a source of disaster. When Mai Dong was injected with 411, she came back to life, but she was no longer fully human. And with a single small oversight by Hakan, the experimental mouse carrying 411 escaped its cage, triggering the first catastrophe on campus. Hong Vu, harboring a grudge against the canteen owner, secretly added the infected mouse into the canteen food. From this contaminated meal, 411 spread like wildfire through the student community. Hundreds of students trapped in the dormitory turned into soulless zombies, attacking anyone still alive. Amid the chaos, a group of 8 students, Tuan Kai, Duk Du Wei, Jia Quang, Quoc Long, Vu Lin, Nguyen Bang, Bu Tram, and Tan Tom, a monk raised in a temple, must find a way to survive while the world outside begins to collapse. Parallel to the struggle for survival are the emotionally wrenching threads. Tuan Kai, the perfect class president, experiences fear and the longing to live authentically for the first time when he is forced to protect Duk Du Wei, the shy classmate he secretly admires. Duk Du Wei, who once dreamed of the world collapsing as a form of liberation, now must fight to preserve a love that has just begun to bloom amidst the hellish chaos surrounding them. Together with their friends, they navigate every perilous corner of the campus, from the dormitory floors in search of each other to the administration offices to retrieve phones and contact help, through the ruined cafeteria and many other places. Everywhere is soaked in blood, littered with corpses, and filled with the stench of death. Every step in their flight shakes their remaining faith, leaving room only for fear. The journey seems endless, with every heartbeat a frantic reminder. If they ever reach their destination, what will remain of them amidst the ruins of such utter devastation? Elsewhere, Hakan suffers as he witnesses the one he loves become a living corpse. Desperate to control the virus he created, each step he takes only strips more humanity from the world around him. He comes to realize that what he has resurrected is not true life, but a forbidden seed, one that nature never intended to exist. Message: humans always dream of conquering death, yet they forget that it is precisely death that gives life its meaning. Forbidden Seed is not merely a story about a virus and the undead. It is a reminder of the limits set by the universe and the cost of crossing them. In a collapsing world, love is the only thing that allows humans to remember that they once truly lived. Love is not a hand that pulls you out of death. It is a light that gives you hope to live once more. When humans sow the seeds of sin, nature's punishment will inevitably bloom. Main characters: Tuen Kechai, main top-class president of 12A2, the model student, always behaves according to his family's expectations and has never considered what he truly wants. Tuan Kai secretly likes Duk Du Wei but keeps his feelings hidden, never daring to express or confess them. Si Dui, main BOT class vice president of 12A2, a smart but shy and reserved boy. Duk Du Wei has often been bullied and teased by classmates since middle school. Quiet and insecure, he enjoys watching movies and reading post-apocalyptic or horror stories. He often imagines a world collapsing where he is finally freed from earthly suffering. QC Long, sub-top passionate about technology and inventing, with a scientific mind and skillful hands. Beyond tech, he is also good at crafting artistic handmade items. He represents 12A2 and his school in the National Robocon competition. Ga Kang, sub-BOT member of the school's athletics team, in class 12A2. Open-hearted, straightforward, and caring toward others. Coming from a wealthy family, Jia Kwang never hesitates to spend on his friends. However, his generosity, talent, and privileged background often make him a target of jealousy. Tan to a circumflexim, monk novice raised at Tu and Pagoda, Tan Tam is vegetarian, follows Buddhist teachings, shaves his head, and always wears brown robes. Gentle and kind-hearted, he never harms anything, not even a small insect. Due to his compassionate nature and strict adherence to the basic precepts, when the zombie outbreak occurs, Tan Tam struggles most with the moral dilemma of using force to protect himself and others from inhuman undead. Hing Si lives with his mother while learning culinary skills. Hong Fuk is gentle and approachable, having feelings for Tan Tam but always respectful and never overstepping boundaries. Bu circumflexim, school idol, a fairly popular TikToker and the golden face of the school, Butram is known for participating in all school performances, from singing and dancing to acting. Cute and multi-talented, she is well-loved by everyone. Her mother is a famous actress, and Butram strives daily to achieve success like her mother. Engwin BNG, Wibu, a Wibu who loves Japanese culture, from anime and manga to idol groups. She frequently collects everything from pins and corner cards to CDs and books. Because of this, Nguyen Bang possesses extensive theoretical survival knowledge for navigating dangerous situations. Key appeal elements. Forbidden Seed is not just a zombie film. It is a story about human ambition for immortality and the sins that come with it, set within the confines of a closed dormitory where love, faith, and survival instincts collide to their extremes. A fresh take on Vietnamese zombie genre. Instead of following the usual blood and gore action formula, the film focuses on scientific and psychological tragedy. The 411 virus, born from the desire for immortality, becomes the symbol of the forbidden seed, something humanity should never tamper with. The combination of boys' love and survival genres creates a rare emotional rhythm. Love, fear, sacrifice, and the primal instincts of humans pushed to their limits. A claustrophobic, high-tension setting. The entire story unfolds within the Tai Ben Interlevel School dormitory, a space that is both sacred and suffocating, where students, teachers, and the creator of the virus are trapped together in a vortex of guilt. The confined space maintains a claustrophobic atmosphere, tense and stifling, yet still allows room for emotional, humanistic moments to unfold. Symbolic depth. 411 is not just a virus. It serves as a metaphor for humanity's blind faith in science and the greed to prolong life at all costs. The main characters, Tuan Kai, Duk Du Wei, Tan Tam, Hakan, etc., represent different facets of love, desire, faith, and redemption. The pandemic does not merely turn people into zombies. It exposes the desires within the soul, fears, lies, and suppressed instincts. Entertainment and emotional impact. Action-packed survival scenes and battles with zombies are interwoven with boys' love storylines, creating a tension-filled yet emotionally moving experience. The visuals, color palette, and music can evoke a dark academic plus horror poetic aesthetic, perfectly in line with current cinematic trends, such as All of Us Are Dead, The Last of Us, The Eighth Sense, Kingdom. Market. Domestic market. The zombie survival genre is still relatively new in Vietnam after projects like Tu Lao Zac Song and a few smaller productions, but young audiences remain particularly enthusiastic about it. The series combines Boyslove, a rapidly growing market in Vietnam and Southeast Asia, with a large, engaged fan base ready to pay and share content widely on social media. The intersection of school romance, horror, and science creates a unique product that is highly shareable, viral, and offers long-term commercial potential across media formats: film, web series, comic, novelization. International market aligns well with the tastes of streaming platforms, Netflix, iQIYI, Gago Viu, that are seeking fresh Asian content combining queer elements with survival themes. Commercialization potential. Ability to create an extended ecosystem. The content can easily collaborate with a variety of investors and brands, including beverages, fast food, and sanitizing products. Target audience. With its dark fantasy plus school horror tone, the series targets viewers aged 16 to 30, the demographic that watches the most content today. Message and humanistic depth. Beneath the survival story, the series explores love and guilt, faith and redemption, making it appealing not only to young audiences but also possessing artistic value for repeated viewing and critical appreciation. O2 Production. O2 Production is a pioneering company in the Boyslove film market in Vietnam with 11 years of experience. The studio takes pride in creating numerous impactful films that have made a significant impression both internationally and domestically, including titles such as Love Bill, Mr. Cinderella Season 1-2, Be Your Star, Teenager Judge, Awaiting Daw, and more. Moreover, O2 Production is the first and exclusive distributor of Boyslove films in Vietnam in partnership with Universal Japan.